this video series, we look at companies that are undiscovered, undervalued, and whose stock prices 2 years from now are uncorrelated to the current market sentiments. Today, we live in an age of disruption. Online shopping has already replaced physical stores. Electric cars are replacing petrol and diesel cars. One such disruption that is happening right now in India is renewable energy. Today, we shall discuss a unique opportunity to benefit from this exact disruption. But before we jump into the investment idea, let us step back and make an assessment of the Indian electricity sector. The total installed capacity in India is 3,46,000 megawatt. The dominant source of energy is coal-based energy with 1,97,000 megawatt of installed capacity. But in the last 2 years, some very peculiar things have happened which has completely disrupted coal-based energy. After promoting renewable energy for decades through subsidies and other incentives, the government suddenly decided in 2017 to stop giving subsidies and introduce competition. The renewable energy industry was put in a turmoil for an entire year. But when things were sorted out and the right policies put in place, cost of electricity from wind and solar power fell from 5 rupees 50 paise to 2 rupees 50 paise. Compare this with the cost of electricity from a newly constructed coal-based power plant, which is approximately 5 rupees. Wind and solar energy are now not only environmentally desirable sources of energy, but also the cheapest source of energy. From pushing renewable energy down the throat of the consumer, wind and solar energy have become the first choice of the consumer. Let us look at wind energy in particular. The total installed wind power capacity in India is 34,000 megawatt. Since 2010, on an average, 2,600 megawatt of wind power energy has been installed per year, with peak installation being 5,500 megawatt in the year 2017. India being a fast developing economy, electricity consumption is rapidly increasing. Every year, 20,000 megawatt of new capacity needs to be added just to satisfy this incremental demand. Today, no one wants to burn their hands again by setting up a coal-based power plant because of well-known issues like unavailability of coal, unavailability of transmission infrastructure, and non-signing of long-term power purchase agreements. Thus, the onus of satisfying India's incremental demand lies on wind and solar power. So what has the government done about this? The government has auctioned and signed 25-year agreements for purchasing 9,400 megawatt of wind power. And the good part is, a wind power project typically takes only 2 years to construct compared to 4 to 5 years for a coal-based power plant. This brings us to our investment idea. Installation of windmills is a Herculean task. The height of a typical windmill is more than 100 meters long and large size cranes are required for installation. Sangvi Movers provides these cranes. Sangvi Movers is the largest crane leasing company in India and the 6th largest in the world. Due to reasons discussed previously, windmill installation fell down from 5,500 megawatt in 2017 to just 1,700 megawatt in 2018. Since Sangvi Movers derives 70% of its revenues from installation of windmills, its revenues fell down from 553 crores to 228 crores in 2018. Thus, Sangvi Movers went into losses. Now, with the government auctioning 9,400 megawatt of wind energy projects, the windmill installation is expected to be 2,000 megawatts in financial year 2019 and touch 4,000 megawatt in financial year 2020. In fact, the government has also announced a roadmap to auction another 16,500 megawatt of wind energy projects in the next 2 years. Since the cranes supplied by Sangvi Movers are required for windmill installation, any increase in windmill installation will directly reflect in increased revenues for Sangvi Movers. Operating profits will increase and will touch around Rs 300 crores in financial year 2020. Now let us look at the current valuation of Sangvi Movers. If Sangvi Movers decides to sell all of its 400 plus cranes the buyer will have to pay approximately 2,100 crore rupees. At the current market price of around rupees 120, the entire company can be bought for rupees 1,000 crores after paying back all the loans to the bankers. Thus, crane assets of 2,100 crore rupees are available at a special discount at just 1,000 crores. If the opportunity is so obvious, why is everybody not talking about it? And why has the stock price come down by 50% in the last 6 months? What is the catch? The problem is availability of transmission infrastructure. The investors expected most projects to get commissioned by March 2019, but this got delayed due to transmission infrastructure not being ready. Our research reveals that 5,000 megawatt of projects are coming up at only 2 locations, Bhuj in Gujarat and Tirunelveli in Tamil Nadu. And this problem is not very difficult to solve. A careful analysis of work being done by Power Grid in this regard indicates that transmission infrastructure for this 5,000 megawatt of wind energy is in advanced stages of implementation. Thus, a minimum of 5,000 megawatt of wind energy projects will get commissioned in the next 18 months. In fact, 2 of the projects from those auctioned in February 2017 have already been commissioned in October 2018. Another problem pointed out by skeptics is that wind is an unreliable source of energy because it gets produced only when the gods make the winds blow, and thus there is no alternative to coal-based energy. One more problem is that with wind energy rates being so low, wind energy producers will not make any money. However, we are not betting on wind energy developers like Suzlon or Inox Wind. Our thesis rests on the fact that 25-year agreements have been signed for purchase of 9,400 megawatt of wind energy with firm commitment from the government and strict penalties for non-implementation by the project developers. Sanghvi Movers will supply its cranes for installation of these windmills and make its money. With wind capacity addition increasing to 4,000 megawatt in financial year 2020 and the operating profits of Sanghvi Movers touching 300 crores, the stock price is likely to double in the next 2 years. If you enjoyed watching this video, do subscribe to my channel and you will be updated on the release of my next video. Investing in the stock markets can be extremely rewarding, and as you watch this video, you may begin to realize that you may not have the time or the required expertise to research stocks. If you are looking for professional advice to manage your money, do click on the link in the description of this video and someone from my team will get in touch with you.